You see, as we'll see throughout the book of Matthew, the kind of kingdom that Jesus brings is an upside-down kind of kingdom. Remember how we talked about earlier how a genealogy in the ancient world was kind of like your resume? That's how you presented yourself. Well, like today, people mess with their resumes, right? They emphasized the good parts and kind of tried to cut out all of the bad parts. In fact, Herod the Great, we're going to meet him in just a few weeks in chapter 2. He literally had all of the records of his genealogy purged, like officially deleted, because there were people in there he did not want to be associated with. People he did not want to have ties to. He did not like what was on his resume. Jesus does the opposite. You see, Jesus brings an upside-down kingdom. He highlights all of the people that everyone else would have either completely ignored or outright tried to hide. Notice this, so there are 5 women in Jesus' genealogy. And that might not really seem strange to us today to have women be in the line of a genealogy. You need to hear this. That never happened in the ancient world. You see, women in the ancient world had no rights. Oftentimes women were seen as things rather than as people. You see, and what Jesus does is he goes out of his way to highlight the women who are part of his line. And oh, what women they are. Tamar and Rahab, Uriah's wife Bathsheba, Ruth and Mary. You see, what most often gets highlighted about these women is their questionable sexual immorality. Tamar was involved in an incestuous affair, and Rahab was a prostitute, and Bathsheba was an adulteress, and Mary was this unwed teen mother. And what often gets preached is, look, God can even bring a Savior out of this broken sexual history. But you need to hear this. That is not why these women are in the list. No, these women are here to show us that Jesus' kingdom is an upside-down kingdom because it causes outsiders to become the family of God. You see, all of these women, except for Mary, were Gentiles. Tamar was a Canaanite. Rahab was a Canaanite. Ruth was a Moabite. Bathsheba was married to Uriah the Hittite. You see, the picture that these women are painting for us in the genealogy of Jesus is that not only are outsiders brought in, but outsiders become listed on the resume of the king. You see, Jesus' kingdom is not a kingdom of good advice. Jesus did not come to just give good principles about how to live. Jesus came to make a new family. He came to adopt the outsiders into his family so that they might have life. You see, Jesus' kingdom is one of good news, and it's good news for you and me. And what we remember and what we celebrate at Christmas is not just the birth of a baby. What we remember is the coming of that true and better king whose kingdom does not end and whose faithfulness does not fade. And what we celebrate at Christmas is the ushering in of his true and better kingdom, which graciously and impartially turns outsiders into the adopted family of God. You see, Jesus is the true and better king we all desperately needed. And his kingdom is the one we have all been deeply longing